players because it's going to be backed up by veterancy. Numlocked, of course, one of the oldest players in the league in terms of how long he's been in the game. He was once on Team Dignitas right at the start of basically the genesis of competitive Overwatch. Now he's leading the British Hurricane to multiple victories, if you've seen from their scoreline. Crandop already going to be taking a bit of damage here, getting very aggressive onto Numlocked, who's going to recover that shield.
Yeah, he's going to be alright. Okay, they're going to take kind of a priority position. This means Sparker wants a way out to funnel people, or well, he can just right-click them ideally. Crandop's already going pretty low. Shields actually gets destroyed, and Happy Cool off to the sidelines pretty much soloed him at that point. Nothing Crandop could actually do. Ends up going down. Danet and Numlock can find kills of their own as well. Point unlocks, and Hurricane find the first cap.
Great usage sightlines there as well by Happy Cool, ensuring that he could get the projected barrier by Sparker through a couple of walls as well, so that he could get aggressive. He could just run into Crandop using those boosters to ensure he was laying down the fusion cannon damage and remove that main tank. British Hurricane will claim that first cap, of course, and Bok is now going to back off to a safer area from where he can pretty safely spam his orbs.
They're going to run straight into Numlock. A big stun lands on him. Doesn't quite make it out alive, as Huni was able to secure the kill on him. Danny's mech does end up going down, but a rally coming through from Danet signals to me that British Hurricane still want to fight this. A shatter hits the floor, but a bomb gets sent straight to the back line. Young and Beautiful still trying to survive in this fight. A very aggressive charge by Crandop is going to get backed up by that Transcendence, but it runs out and he walks instantly into a grab. Numlocked walks back to the point, finds himself a nice double kill with the Flame Strike. British Hurricane are going to continue to hold.
That's about as triumphant a return as you could expect for Numlocked. Walking back after his death there, just going to burn away two people with a Fire Strike. Not a bad re-entry, if I do say so myself. Jonah, he's going to have the Graviton Surge available. A little bit behind Sparker in terms of a charge here, but of course, it does mean that he will be able to potentially bring that out early, wipe Sparker, make sure he can't build up a huge amount of charge, and then overtake him on cleanup if somehow British Hurricane get wiped. Seems unlikely, though. They do have two support ultimates, which are going to make them very hardy in any danger that may face them.
Numlock can counter shatter as well. There's the grab, straight with the Transcendence, also from Bok. Tries to find a pin. Numlock is going to survive for the time being, receiving the armor pack, and Young and Beautiful going to lay down that beat. British Hurricane are going to match it in that case, and as a shatter comes through from Numlock to make sure no one can touch him when that bomb was sent to the back line. He finds 2 kills with the charge, and 85% building up towards 100 now. Young and Beautiful, they haven't got anything really left to contest it with. Perhaps they'll have a Transcendence, but they're going to walk into Danet and Happy Cool, who have ults.
2 fights in a row now. Numlocked has got 2 kills with 1 ability, Jaws. He's definitely getting the best out of the angles that can be offered by this particular map geometry. Overtime going to be in session. Happy Cool's going to ward everyone away, but Crandop going to come in here.
Oh, Graviton Surge is going to land on 3 people at the back. Flippy taken low, regardless of that Transcendence healing. Had to back off, play a little bit more safe. Numlock lays down to shatter, but Crandop is going to block it all up, but refusing to let that shield go down just means he's a sitting duck for the rest of British Hurricane. Spark is going to clean up the last couple of kills. It's only Young Savage ready to contest. He gets taken out by Happy Cool. OT's through, and University is secured by Hurricane.
A dominant performance there by Hurricane. Even when Numlock was picked first, you also saw a great disengage, and then we saw the popping of the rally so that you could have that sort of faux front line that you have when a Brigitte is consistently gaining that rally and also being healed by the other supports. Danet was sort of playing a mini Numlocked in that case, being the front line that British Hurricane needed to remain sort of like relevant on the point. British Hurricane? A couple of swaps. Are they going to stick with these? Is the question. We know Sparker is a hit scan talent. Very good at the Widowmaker, very good at the Ash. Danet's going to move over onto the Sombra, and Young and Beautiful, they need to be prepared for this. Jonah is on the McCree, going to have to see if he can lay down the law with that particular character. Haven't seen too much of it thus far, but he does have the option to very easily shut down a diving tank with that flashbang and fan the hammer combo, or Danet if he decides to get too close. So Danet here may have to take the SMG engagements at a more medium range to remain safe from the attentions of the McCree.
Happy Cool's on the ball as well. Look at that damage already onto everybody. 35% ult charge he just gave him for that small pile driver. Jonah got sent extremely low. High ground has been secured, though, by Young and Beautiful for the time being. Get Jonah in a more profitable position. Good
place for Huni to be. Great sightlines for him if his team can move onto the point. The control point will unlock right now, so now Young and Beautiful want to have a bit of presence there. But Happy Cool going to keep it contested as Danet now stealing away all of that space.
Oh, there's a pile driver again. That dynamite was actually thrown over the top of the Ryan shield as well, detonating it in midair. Everybody catches a light, and Jonah ends up going down. Danny's mech is also going to fall. And now Happy Cool unlocking the mine super early. That's the first ult that's actually online. Spark is going to be able to clean everybody up. Sleep Guard went a little bit wide. Dooney, unfortunately, A nice little triple kill for Sparker. Earns himself a Bob as well. Danid's got an EMP. Young and Beautiful going to have to change something up. They've swapped the McCree over to a Sombra, but is it actually enough?
Many executions there from Sparker as well, doing a great job of cleaning up the end of that fight, making sure that no one was really going to be around to contest the claiming of a point by British Hurricane, who now have 13%, and of course that will climb as time goes on. And most importantly, British Hurricane didn't invest anything in that fight, Jules. They just did it entirely with the vanilla kits they had available to them. So now 3, 4, maybe 5 ultimates will be available in this next fight, including an EMP.
Oh, hack didn't actually land, but oh, there goes Bob. Sending Flippy to the floor. She actually shield bashed Bob there, so she did actually knock herself down. Sitting duck for Sparker as Bob did come through. Sparker picks up another kill with the Dynamite, trying to pick off Young Savage in the back line. I mean, you might as well. No one can really test you at this point. Dynamite, is it going to get him? No, he doesn't. Ooh, Young Savage receives the armor pack right at the end. A hack lands on him, but can't be followed up with.
Well, Young and Beautiful didn't feel very successful in that particular round, but they are going to now be able to move in with a rally. Very little else, though. Young Savage may be able to get that Samurai available, but British Hurricane right now, they seem impregnable as a force. Danev ready to EMP. There it is.
Big EMP. No answering ultimates from Young and Beautiful just yet. Not even that sound barrier is online from Young Savage. He gets killed off so instantaneously. Numlock is going to fall as well. Big fire grenade in the front line, but look at Sparker. No one's touching him right now. He already killed Crandop. He's going to throw another Diamond Eye in as Happy Cool jumps in too. A little bit too over-eager, I should say, as Jonah did end up hacking him up. But another Bob has been earned. Hurricane continue to hold this point.
Oh, Bob is doing something. Danny's trying to reset, but Sparker, he's going to claim that kill for himself. Danny managed to get rid of a mech at least, so denied a little bit of that tanky body ultimate charge. You can see Danny's translocator there. That's where he will escape to if he becomes under pressure from Young and Beautiful. The only way to really consistently shut him down at the moment will be to land that sleep dart. Oh, he managed to get the Primal Rage off, but now he's feeding.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, that's exactly what he's doing. Jonas earned himself an EMP from this as well. The mines come out, but Crandall's going to be able to clear them. But he's in no man's land right now. Had to rely on Flippy for health, and he already used his armor pack. Self-destruct's going to come in. Doesn't light anybody up. But the kill feed is lighting up green as Sparker and Danid are going to clean the last couple of members of Young and Beautiful off of the point and off of the map. Oasis, a clean 2-0 for British Hurricane. Not even a single cap actually came through there for Young and Beautiful.
Dominant display from the London Spitfire Academy team. You can definitely see the veterancy there, how long these players have been moving through significantly different metas. But there's a great dive coordination right now between Hafikul and Numlock. They seem really good at getting these targets, as well as Hafikul getting great value from the pile drivers, hitting multiple people at once and building up those minefields incredibly quickly. And that's so important when you're on a defensive sort of footing, so that you can lock down points of ingress to the control point with that minefield and force people to either play behind them or to have to move through them. And those actually absorb projectiles, so when you're looking at anti healing coming through from Huni, you can often have those blocked and kill a mine instead of healing up your tank.
What's kind of scary too is the fact that there's so much AoE damage going on. So Hafikul jumps in, pile drivers, everybody gets sent up in the air, and then a Dynamite comes through, and hey, that's like 60% ult charge for Sparker. He got a Bob almost every single fight. We'll have to see if Young and Beautiful, though, can come about in King's Row. We're going to jump to a quick break, guys. Do not go anywhere. We'll see you in a sec. Hey guys, welcome back. British Hurricane versus Young and Beautiful. We're about to jump into King's Row. One of my favorite maps, and I think everybody's favorite map, to be honest. In fact, I think we mention that every single time, to be fair.
Because it is, and it remains true. And it's sort of like the spiritual home of British Hurricane, of course, being British themselves.
Of course.
Got to defend the capital from incoming interlopers, no matter how young and beautiful they may be. But here, Young and Beautiful, they need a bit of a display of equanimity. They need to show that they are steadfast, they are well-minded, under the pressure which British Hurricane is currently applying. 200-0 on Oasis. That's got to do one hell of a toll on your mental, Jaws, to feel so overwhelmed, to not know what direction to look in. So much damage is coming your way. You've got to look up as well, because Winston and Haffy they're coming in from the top. It's a bit difficult.
It is a bit difficult. We'll see if Sparker's still in. No, okay, so Suna's actually being subbed in for this one. Sparker's had his fun. Go back. We know you can play Widowmaker, yes, but it's King's Row. Although you can play Widowmaker on King's Row.
Yeah,
in fact, Ash as well.
Quite famously in Surefor's case against British Hurricane's parent team, London Spitfire. The Great Bamboozlick, as it came to be known in Overwatch League, with him waiting in spawn and then grappling up.
The greatest of baits. My goodness.
Spitfire were definitely fully bamboozled in that case.
Yeah. At that point, you're like, you just don't know what's going on. Brain on fire, mental boom.
There's a Widowmaker?
It's a Widowmaker? What?
I don't know about that, son.
Well, according to Flippy, though, half the team is old and they're ugly, but we're all beautiful inside, right? I mean, that's a heck of a quote.
I don't know who would be old. Young Savage is sort of in the name. I know Crandop's quite young, possibly.
I mean, they're all pretty young, Harry. I think it was more of a joke.
I think Flippy might be the most senior amongst them.
I know. He's calling himself ugly. Yeah, Flippy's a handsome lad.
He is a handsome lad, actually.
Yes.
Quite a few of the ex-Eagle Gaming, including Pipu. Oh.
Pipu has got a jawline on him.
Yeah, he does.
My goodness.
That's enough Pipu fan fiction from us, though. It will be
I don't think there's enough of that, to be honest with you.
On the defense right now, Young and Beautiful going to roll straight on out with a classic 3-3, a big fire strike there from Numlocked. Will catch two. Will put him at a little bit of a premium in terms of that ultimate charge. Crandop going to be trying to stagger his shield here, not take too much damage before he engages.
Posturing up to go towards the high ground. Nice little position for the Zenyatta to be in, if you're Huni. But they have to make the rotation. British Hurricane are rotating actually around the column. They don't want to get just straight up dove on. Plus Young Savage obviously can try and boot Numlocked into a less than favourable position. Yeah, if Yofi isn't in the right place, though, could mean that Bucket gets caught out already. Jonah does have the Discord orb on him, needs to get behind that shield, but the shield won't last for long, Jaws. No, it will not. Crandop going extremely low. Numlock already claims the first victim, and that'll be Danny backing off for the time being. They're just going to try and clean up. Flippy's going to die ASAP. Don't want to waste any time. Already a minute has been burnt, of course. Some great discipline there as well from British Hurricane, George. You saw the second that Crandop went down. We swapped over to Danny's camera, seeing what he would try and do to make that work. And often teams, when they get a pick, they just smell blood in the water and they go mad. But he was actually presented with both Danid and Numlock's shields. British Hurricane decided to keep steadiness on their side to regain control and then just systematically eliminate the remainder of Young and Beautiful. Numlock doing so much ult charge from that last fight as well. Both bubbles have been used. He can play so aggro at this point. Oh my. Numlock's just going to swing on in. Graviton Surge is going to get flung out as well. However, that Transcendence is going to negate a lot of that damage coming in. But Flippy is on the wrong end of nowhere. Ends up going down as well. The rest of Young and Beautiful are going to retreat back to their spawn. British Hurricane are going to continue to hold, and Numlock has had this shadow on the line for so long, and Jonah is so close. He's 15%. They've only got the rally to attack with, but they're going to run into so many ults from Hurricane. I like to see a lacking of execution here onto Danny, not let him get that ultimate charge. Oh, he is potentially going to get that mech back. Numlock, he's playing super far up now, right up to their spawn doors. I mean, they got the rally. Why not at this point? You've got an over excessive armor. Look, Numlock's 600 HP. Yeah, he's got so much to play with right now. Young and Beautiful only got the rally ready to go, but we'll soon have a couple more ultimates, including that all-important combination. But look, Suna, he's basically lapped Jonah at this point. He's got another Graviton Surge ready to go. He's doing so much damage. I want to see Numlock use this Shadow first so that he can rebuild another one from the grab. Probably going to wait for those bubbles, although they decide not to. Graviton Surge is going to come in. Both beats have been used as well, but Crandop, his shield is gone, Harry. Has to back off at this point. And now it's just up to the other tanks to try and frontline. Flippy in a bad situation yet again. And Danet ends up taking him out.
Beautiful catch.
Beautiful boop straight onto Crandop. Made sure he charged into the wall and then set up perfectly for Numlock to actually charge him in. That was savage, I'll tell you that for sure. Young Savage getting killed almost in spawn.
Speaking of savagery, right now, Young Beautiful, their time bank has been savage. Jaws, 2 minutes and 45 seconds already have drained away into the inexorable void. British Hurricane looking pretty stalwart on this defense, not yet having given up a tick, maybe not even having given up a kill as far as I'm aware. Suna has basically got another Graviton Surge ready to go. He's almost lapped Jonah twice at this point. Jonah needs to let loose. There it is.
Young and Beautiful going to encroach. Use that self-destruct on top of the grab. Can they shield it? Yes, they can. Numlock is still alive and hits the perfect shatter. Grandop and Jonah go to the floor. Numlock is more than safe for now. Another Graviton Surge is thrown in. Suna just pummeling this grab with so much damage. Huni was caught out in the wrong side of the map. I think it was actually Boot Parent, going to be honest with you. And Jonah just gets chased down. They have 30 seconds and they haven't capped any % on the point.
Ooh, it's not looking good right now for Young and Beautiful.
It's not.
Well, I've got worse news for you. Happycore's got a bomb ready to go. Didn't have to use it to combine with that previous Graviton Surge. Suna's got a lot of energy to play with too. Young and Beautiful. 15 seconds remain. They need to get to a point. They need to make a beeline here.
But they haven't got any other ults apart from that bomb. Flippy has that rally, so maybe the extra health is actually all that they need. They make a beeline for Crandop as they try and boop him back in. Happycore gets a bomb in the backline as Crandop's shield just disappears. They are on the point in contesting, forcing the overtime timer to tick down, but Danny was the one who had to do it. Had to isolate himself. Crandop ends up falling down also as Flippy gets rounded upon. They at least need one kill. Young and Beautiful end up going and just falling. A Transcendence is going to get used to delay a bit of extra time. A perfect pin from Numlock sends him away from the points, and they don't not only give up a tick, Harry, Hurricane didn't give up a kill.
They didn't give up anything. British Hurricane right now,
perfect Overwatch.
The engineers have been very well paid because there is not anything on this airship that's currently rattling. We are in peak condition for British Hurricane right now, definitely living up to the name of Academy because they're getting an A star on this test. Have to see if it will be a quick attack from them or if Young and Beautiful can, against all odds, draw out on King's Row. They cannot win the map anymore due to not having taken a tick, but they can play for the draw. Just as, well, they'd want another map draw, right?
Yeah, well, they want...
Two's better than one.
True.
That's 100% increase in map draws.
Yeah. They still got Horizon to look forward to.
Who needs Captain Planet when you've got the stats of two is twice as much as one?
Yeah, thanks, Harry. Very cool. They can still go for the draw, like you mentioned, and they will still be in the series, of course. We'll have to see what they want to do on the defense. I can imagine, again, it's going to be the same composition. And you've got to remember, Cafe was actually in this roster fairly early on in the team's life cycle in the beginning of this stage. Season is what I mean. Stage is Overwatch League terms. But Jonah has been stepping in just a little bit when Kathy was actually on the team. Kathy left the team, and now Jonah is the permanent replacement on the Zarya, and is also a pretty good hit scan as well. I know he's been streaming a whole bunch. He's a real grinder, really is. Been duos a lot with people like Boga, who was also in Trials this season around as well.
I think Boga's currently playing in North American Contenders, though it's worth noting that Young and Beautiful do actually have another flex on the bench, Fierce, who we are yet to see. Potentially this would be the series where they do bring him out if they go down 0-2. British Hurricane, though, oh, that's a lot of snipers. Two of them, Daned and Suna, if you count Ash as a sniper. Haficore's going to be up in the air with that Farah. Single support? No, double support. It's going to be Mercy Zen for any of you who didn't get enough of this during Overwatch League Season 1.
Oh, yeah. The Mercy meta. I don't miss it that much, not going to lie. People played a little bit when she got nerfed, but double res was a bit frustrating to play against. Danny's mech is going to get destroyed.
Oh,
Young
Flippy,
Savage
you are in trouble.
Is
Big
dead.
shield.
Danny is dead. The rest of Young and Beautiful are going to have to touch the point, or continue to do so as the rest of their team come back. And Haficool, the Flex God, 20% away, and that'll be the first kill actually going over Young and Beautiful as well. Haficool ends up falling, but Crandop is going to follow him, and now Numlock continues to pressure the point. Danny comes back on the ball as well, but Hurricane still taking a commanding lead. Numlock finds 2 kills. Savage trying to find another one. Yes, he got it. 2 kills for Young and Beautiful now. Danny ends up going down as well. The rest of the members are cleaned up. Suna gets his name on the kill feed, and Hurricane are going to secure King's Row. 2-0 in the series so far, plus match point.
Game's done quick here for British Hurricane at the moment as we head into half-time. Very little time has been elapsed, and all of it has been painful for Young and Beautiful. They're going to definitely have to get their heads together during the halftime and figure out what they want to do against the onslaught which British Hurricane are proffering towards them. Well,
this is good news for British Hurricane, especially if you look back in Season 2 and 3. They didn't have the greatest starts, in all honesty. They were obviously relegated to Trials at one point. They did manage to get back into the later half of the year, got back into Season 3, but this season around, they're still undefeated, looking to go undefeated in Week 5 also. Sitting at 4-0 right now. If they claim Horizon, they will be 5-0 and almost, well, they're actually just ahead of Angry Tides if they 4-0 this map. They're on a +9 score right now. Angry Tides are only on +11, so it's looking extremely promising going into later weeks.
A couple of highlights, also known as the British Hurricane Variety Album right here, was a 200-0 take on Oasis, of course. Not a single take for Young and Beautiful in this case. And Sparker putting on a clinic with that hit scan DPS. We do love to see a good bit of aim coming through from some of these European talents. So one of the better regions to bring out hit scan talents from. I think a lot of them have been recruited towards the Overwatch League, including, of course, DeFran, who is now retired. I wonder if Atlanta Reign will once again look to Europe to try and pick up another hit scan talent. They do have Enlair on their team as well, who I believe is from Europe.
Let's hope so. I mean, there's a whole lot, like you said, there's a whole lot of hit scan talent in Europe, and a whole lot of talent in general, of course. I mean, Angry Titans, I mean, you just look at that roster specifically. Spectral, I'm very surprised. Him and Davin, in fact, why they're not picked up for Overwatch League just yet.
Logix.
Logix
not currently
well.
playing in Europe, but also a Belgian. We're claiming that one as well.
We'll claim that one. Thank you very much. He came from Europe. Another Europe import, please. We do have a lot of talent on the team, and we are going to take a quick break, though. We'll be right back just after these messages.